I wanted to talk to you about the significance of why red meat is detrimental to us in spiritual growth, especially when it comes to Brhamanda Yoga, and why is it red meat specifically that is frowned upon in our spiritual path to eat?
So, let's just understand what the process of Brhamanda Yoga is when somebody comes and try to follow it. We never say, leave this or leave that. We just say that start working on yourself, make yourself so positive that the unwanted things will leave you automatically. But one thing we say, which is kind of an anomaly to this rule, is that if possible, let go of red meat. Leave alone spiritual, let's look at the medical reason. Where does the red meat come from? It comes from mammals. We are mammals. And how our emotions and energies regulate or run within us, it is by the flow of hormones. Say when you're angry, you have different hormones flowing in your body. When you're happy, there are different hormones flowing in your body.
Right.
When you're afraid, there are different hormones. Every emotion generates a different set of hormones within you, release of those hormones. And those hormones, if you understand endocrine glands, one of the properties of endocrine glands, they're also called ductless glands. They don't have any ducts. They release their hormones directly in your bloodstream. And this blood is now, through tiny blood vessels and capillaries, supplying blood to every muscle, every cell of your body. And now if you've gone to any, place where, like a butcher shop or where, what you call slaughterhouse, you will be aware that when you see those mammals, which are similar, very much similar to human beings in terms of our emotions. Let's first understand, before we talk about slaughterhouse, is the similarities between us and the mammals. You know that mammals also give birth to babies. They don't lay eggs. So they're more emotionally connected to the children, to the babies. They protect them very fiercely. And when they're happy, they release hormones. When they're angry, upset, they release the hormones. And those hormones released by most animals are very similar in chemical nature, to our human hormones. So a huge similarity between this. And now if you go to a slaughterhouse, these animals by instinct know somehow they're being taken to. That's why there is no animal walking happily and put my neck and then. No, they know. They're usually dragged and pushed. And they are angry, they are afraid. Tons of hormones, negative hormones of fear and anger are being released into their bloodstreams, going into every muscle, every cell. And now you slaughter them. Those hormones are not going to disappear. Mm-hmm. They are in that meat that you're going to eat. And when you eat those meats, red meat, those hormones will go in your body and they mimic or kind of simulate your own hormones. And that's why if you see in the animal world, first of all, if you look at the carnivores who eat animals, they are ferocious. Even a small mammal which eats meat is an angry, ferocious. Look at the herbivores, a big, huge elephant. Unless you mess with him, he is happy. There is no sign of any, unless he feels his children are in danger. He's happy. Look at other bigger animals also, who are herbivores, not angry. And the meat-eating animals, the carnivores, are always ferocious, even the tiny bit ones. Same with us.
And they also live lesser lives, shorter lives, the carnivores.
Yeah. So, if we understand this whole phenomenon, when I am doing sadhana, to release and control my emotions, I am now like knowingly bringing all those negative emotions through red meat into my body. So if you understand the hierarchy of animals, now that's where I say, initially if you leave red meat, now you go to the next level of animals like chicken and birds. They do not have as much emotions as mammals. Not as dangerous in terms of hormonal content of the negative emotions in them, safer. Now you go to the seafood, the least amount of emotional content in them. So initially, yes, if you really want to eat, go for these kind of foods and leave the red meat. And slowly, as I say, in Brhamanda Yoga, we don't say that leave this or leave that, with the exception of red meat. Rest everything. You just grow, you just evolve. Your body will automatically say, I don't need this. So you don't have to make an effort. It becomes effortless.
So innately, it's like innately we're herbivores.
Yes, we are. Unless you were born as an animal. So you don't have a choice. To watch the full podcast of this path that you've seen, click here. And to watch our previous podcasts, click here.